We collectively, CrossFitters, affiliates, trainers.
Welcome to our live show, live from the owners and coaches mixer at San Pedro Square. We've got Taylor Self, we've got JR Howell. We're going to recap day one of the CrossFit Games. This is the best stream you'll have seen today. Taylor is running a competition, a promotion over the CrossFit Games weekend. So if you start a free trial at traincentral.com.
Use code Sevon.
No. If you use the code CF Network, you'll be entered into a draw. So everybody...
All caps, CF, and for those of you that can't spell, NETWORK.
Cool. I was criticizing you earlier on for your ADHD not allowing you to let anyone else finish a sentence. And here we are. If you use CF Network, all caps, you'll get a free month of Sentinel training. And at the end of that month, one person will be picked to get a free year of Sentinel training. So if you want to join the best training program that's out there, you can do that. Fellas, day one. JR, give me your one-line recap of the first day.
That's a lot of work for one day at the CrossFit Games.
Nice. Taylor?
I did not expect that.
What did you not expect? Let's dive in. What was your biggest shock of the day?
I did not expect Jeffrey Adler to be in the place that he's in. I did not expect Pat Vellner to talk to me in the warm-up area.
Nice.
I did not expect...
Vellner scraping the barrel on day one. That's
I
crazy.
know. Well, it was really kind of a philanthropic type deal. It was like make a wish. He was like, hey, man, you need a hat. He's like, you need a hat, dude. I look pretty sunburned. And what else did I not expect? I didn't expect some of the finishes on the ranch run, and I did not expect Jay to absolutely murder everyone.
He
on
looked
Hopper.
really impressive today.
He looks really impressive, overall. So that was another thing I did not expect.
Listen, we started off the day, we were over at Morgan Hill. We had event number 1 over at Morgan Hill. We had some, we had some tumbling shots from the drone, maybe like a drunk driver or something, drunk pilot. Same guy that landed the plane on the Hudson. We had a throwback to the old days. We had row kind of buy-in, I get. Well, there was no cash out, so it was a row.
Well, the first 3 events were a throwback to...
Yeah. I'm just setting the scene, man. So we had our row. Women went first. They had a row and they had 5 rounds of 25 pull-ups and 7 push jerk, and it was mandated that it has to be a push jerk. Which remind me, I have a question about that later on when we get to the swimming event. It was a pretty cool setup. I know there was a lot of kind of criticism online about the stream and stuff, but being there, it looked cool. I was kind of struck with, wow, this is so like 2020. It's crazy. Like the chain link fence, all that stuff was really like, I know it's probably weird being nostalgic about 6 years ago. But what do you think of the setup, JR? It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I really think it kind of took me back to obviously 2007, watching all the old videos. We've got some going right above us right now from the ranch, the first year at the games, but also that old school, like before people got DJs out there really wasn't music. It was the crowd just cheering people on and the MCs. So I thought it was pretty cool that not only did they do the first 3 events of the very first CrossFit Games to start the day of competition, but they tried to make it feel as much like it did back then as they could, with the outdoor atmosphere, kind of in dirt, no music, no crazy amounts of people. There was a good amount of people there to make the athletes, I think, still feel like, they had that good competition atmosphere, but not so much that it made it feel like it was in a Coliseum or something.
It was cool though as well. Like you're walking past the warm-up area, you could reach out and touch like anybody. Do you know what I mean? It's rare that you're that close to the athletes, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, and the fans were just crowded around each floor. So it was like you were surrounded on all 4 sides of people 10 feet away from you, screaming at the top of their lungs. It was awesome. I thought it was...
What?
I just thought it was probably one of the coolest days ever in the CrossFit Games. I thought that swim burpee workout was sick. Just a lot to love. I mean, a lot of drama, a lot of crazy happenings on the leaderboard. Seemed like things went off without a hitch relatively. I know they ran behind a little bit, but traveling back and forth to the ranch, and some of that's to be expected.
Yeah, at the mercy of the traffic, there was a lot of traffic on that road.
Ton of traffic, yeah.
One of the things that I thought was really cool, I was talking to Haley Adams, and she was saying because Holly Tynan was there first time at the games, obviously, and I was like, that must have been crazy, like an odd experience because it's so different from semifinals. You're out in the dirt and there's
Yeah.
like whatever, maybe 200 people there, as opposed to like what you might have envisaged of this arena feel with like 1,000, 2, 3, 4,000 people. But she was saying, yeah, it was really weird. But the good thing is I could hear my whole family because they were so loud. And Haley was like, yeah, they told us before the workout that we're not going to have music. And she thought, oh, okay. And then she saw all the people and was like, this is going to be so much better than 2020. She's like, 2020, you could just hear your coach every 2 minutes saying, go Haley, and then just silence and nothing else. She was like, it's so jarring. But the no music wasn't as big of an issue because there was so many people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to that point, I think when Dave did his athlete interview with Haley, she said on there, 2020 is still by far my favorite year. Even though there was only 5 competitors, even though there were no fans, that she just said that was her most enjoyable year. This is her 10th year at the CrossFit Games.
Haley Adams.
Crazy to consider. Yeah.
That is
including team and
including team.
Yeah.
Crazy that she's on 10 and Wellner, like that they're the same. Do you know what I mean? But he seems like a granddad compared to her.
Yeah. Really cool for Pat too that 2016 was his first individual year and they came to the ranch, and now for his 10th year on the 20th anniversary, he gets to start his competition here.
Yeah.
Too.
And PRs his back squat and shoulder press and matches his deadlift PR.
And sticks to his classic Pat Vellner day one of messing up a piece of equipment that cost him.
Oh, did he mess the bike up?
His pedal fell off. I don't think it was his fault. His pedal,
fell off.
Yeah. He put up a story saying, has anyone got a video of my pedal falling off? I need it.
Goodness gracious. That's crazy.
So
That's crazy.
The hopper workout, first one. Anybody really impress you on it? Anybody disappoint you on it? Anybody surprise you on it, JR?
Yeah, the most impressive person to me was James Bragg. Not because of his finish, but because apparently he said leading into the event, only 3 men would do the pull-ups unbroken and no women would, and that's exactly what happened. And I think that's an incredible.
That's Nostradamus.
He's got a job in the media broadcasting space when he's
done. Yeah,
that is crazy.
Bang on. I saw Jason fly off the pull-up bar on his 4th round of pull-ups.
That grip? He
was just slipping a little bit and losing some of his grip. But he was doing pull-ups and going, woo!
He did them all unbroken, didn't he?
Jason?
He tried to. He didn't do that one.
He did the first 3 rounds unbroken, and then round 4
fell
off, and then round 5 did the 25 reps in 8 sets.
Right, so perhaps bit off more than he could chew.
Yeah.
Colton, really impressive in that, especially for someone who has grip issues. Did you expect him to do as well as he did?
Yeah, I think a lot of times when you think Colton and grip issues, I still think it's mostly rope climb workouts and not hanging gymnastics movements. He just showed that he's, top class when it comes to stuff like that. He and Jay. And then the third person to go unbroken was Saxon. And we kind of knew going in, he was maybe one of the only people who tested that workout when it was done in 2013 for his brother.
Yeah.
So who knows how many times he's done that kind of classic CrossFit workout.
When I was asking Saxon what his home run workout would be, he said this workout just with a 1K run.
Wow.
1K run, then 5 rounds of that. So again, he's the lightest athlete in the field. He's 185 pounds. So you could see how, those 10 to 15 seconds on the rower, if he had the capacity on the rower, some of those bigger guys, he wins that event.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just incredible from all those guys.
What about the women then? What were your thoughts on that?
I was surprised no one went unbroken. Maybe I'm stupid. Crazy to see Maddie Sturt just absolutely destroy that workout. Go over to CF Network, like and subscribe. Watch our BTS. We have a full mic'd up where we attach the mic to Shane Orr in the warm-up area.
Hey, if you want to see how clever and how hyper-aware he is of everything, that's the video to watch. It's crazy.
Yep.
Really good.
So that was cool.
Yeah, she's come on leaps and bounds. I think I was kind of talking to her at the back, and I was like, hey, is it crazy that people are talking about you top 5 podium, that you're in those kind of conversations now, whereas historically you've been mentioned as qualifying for the games, that now it's oh, she could actually do some serious damage. She's like, yeah, to be honest, I don't pay much attention. And she was saying how distracting it can be when Jay goes first in a workout. Versus, she was like, I much prefer when I go first, and then I can just relax. And I honestly, I'm not even aware that he's currently going now.
Right.
Versus I end up walking out there and watching him and getting nervous for him when he goes first. Thought that was kind of interesting. So really impressive from her, really impressive from Jay. Good start for most of the competitors. Anyone disappoint you in that? Was anybody negatively surprise you?
Yeah, I was a little surprised at Paige, but honestly, very much a roller coaster day for her in general. You know, coming off of the win at Mayhem Classic, coming back from a full year postpartum, everyone kind of is like high expectations for Paige. I thought on paper that looked like a really good workout for her. I did hear that she got a handful of no reps on the pull-ups. I heard of several athletes get a couple handfuls of no reps, and I wonder in a workout like that where it is very much a pull-up density workout, when you catch a few no reps and it breaks your rhythm and maybe your breakup strategy changes, is it hard to come back from those no reps?
Do you think they struggle with pull-ups, like that maybe don't do them that regularly?
No, I don't think a lot of the athletes struggle with pull-ups. I think if anything, it's simply the volume of reps, and hence why 3 men went unbroken and none of the women did, with 0 rest between sets. It's 5 sets of 25 with a 10 seconds of push jerks, which is not a rest. You know, so it's just like, what's the expectation for you to sit on a rower for a 1K at a pretty challenging pace? Not a PR pace, but it's not a comfortable pace.
Sure.
And then you get off and have 5 by 25 with 10 seconds of push jerks between. It's just underestimated. I think there's a video up that Bryson put up. He's like, did they underestimate event 1? And I think a lot of people underestimated event 1, even who had tested it, because it's almost infinitely harder to go unbroken if you go at game day pace. You take a couple deep breaths and you walk back to the bar, you walk back to the pull-up bar. Unbroken's a lot more manageable. But when you start to step on it and you're racing people next to you, that fatigue just never has a chance to clear.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, we think of the rower as monostructural, right? We think of it as cardio. Well, even if you're pulling very slowly and you're getting 10 meters of pull, that's still 100 pulls before you do a bunch of pull-ups. So it's not nothing going into the pull-ups.
Speaking of rowing, James Sprague, only athlete who wore grips on the rower. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are, I would expect, James listened very closely in the briefing. That standard was not addressed. Probably was addressed, hey, you can't use your grips on the push jerks. Didn't say anything about the rower, and he was the only athlete I saw use the grips on the entire row.
Which is interesting. Yeah, he's like clearly hyper aware of all, like the fact that he predicted the number of people that would do the pull-ups unbroken, and B, had this sense. He seems to be the only one to have the sense to say, let me just try this and see what happens. Worst case, they tell me to take them off. I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple outliers on the men's side. I will say, I think Callum Clements did really good in that workout. And James, I mean, you get someone 6'3", you look at the movements, you know the row doesn't matter as much as the pull-ups. You look at the body types of the other athletes that do really well. You know, you've got your Saxons, your Coltons, your Austins, and you got James, 6'3". Like, that just shows you how fit he is.
Peter, going through a midlife crisis. Yeah, it's cheaper than a sports car and a lot cheaper than an affair and divorce. So it's great. Really ticking some boxes. Someone said BTS is epic on the CF network. Great insights. Yep.
Hey, drop a comment. Let us know who you want to mic up next. We'll do our best.
Yeah. Dave, that'll be a good one.
No chance.
So we left Morgan Hill, then we went to the ranch. Well, me and JR went to the ranch, knowing full well that we wouldn't get in. It's pretty interesting. So there's a grassy strip outside the ranch, and then there's a road, and then there's a grassy strip behind, and there's another house. So we were kind of all standing there. There's maybe like 10 of us. Someone comes out and says, hey, you guys can't park there. You need to move your car. I said that in a non-Irish way. I would have said car if I was saying it in an Irish way. Park your car. You guys can park your car there. So he said, hey, you can move down and park out of sight. So we were like, right, move down, walk back up. It was me, JR, and Dylan Lowen. And we're watching the event. Then a cop comes over and says, hey, this is a public road. That's private property. That's private property. So you can't stand on that grass. You can't stand on that grass. Technically, you can stand on the road. But if you're inhibiting traffic in any way, we need to ask you to leave. And I was like, wait, so if traffic comes and we can't stand on any of the grass, what do we do? Like, we just hope they go around us. So we're standing there watching the event. I'm getting some footage, like, from the people are mice, like they're dots. Ariel Lowen comes past on the run, and Dylan goes, let's go, baby. And I watched Dave Castro turn around and say, get that coach out of here. And he goes, at the very least, he shouldn't be shouting, because he obviously saw he had the coach's band on. So Dylan gets told to like move further down, but he actually ended up at a really good vantage point where he saw stuff we couldn't see. It was a mass start, and it was basically, I guess, a slight gradient into like a massive steep climb. They did like 2 loops one direction, then turned around and 2 loops the other direction, and it became pretty clear about probably, I guess, with the first time they came past at the end of that first lap, Ricky Garrard is just an absolute animal. when it comes to running on any terrain, any incline. It just doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah, led start to finish. I think you saw James close the gap a little bit on the last round, but at that point, Ricky's probably just doing whatever he needs to do to stay ahead. It looked like Jay was putting a lot of pressure on James, but again, like both of those guys, and really you look at the leaderboard after day one and you see it, the ability of those guys, the breadth of their fitness to do basically 125 pull-up for time workout, do really well, turn around and run for 45 minutes, do really well.
Two very different workouts.
Go to the total, have solid results, get on a bike, go hard for 20 minutes. Like, again, this day one, as far as breadth of fitness goes, it's about as broad as it gets, you know?
Yeah. Ricky had a huge lead in like the second and third lap, and then James caught up. Is that by virtue of Jay maybe chasing James down, or did Ricky just say, like, I don't need to be going this hard, I can calm myself down?
I think Ricky probably pulled up a little bit.
Yeah. He's like that was one of the most impressive performances I've seen, considering how much you see other people are struggling to, like, they're walking, they're, you know, like nearly on their hands and knees going up the hill, and he's
He walked
going
too.
that fast.
Yeah, he walked too, but I did see Chase and Sean Woodland were commenting on the workout, and they noted that his first run or his first lap was 2.5 minutes faster than his second and third. And I think his fourth was even slower than the second and third.
So he basically snapped the band in the first lap.
Yeah. Broke it completely. Yeah.
The women's side had some interesting outcomes. So Lexus Raptus was coming down the hill. This is from Dylan, was the one who actually saw this and told us about it. He could see her coming down. He could see someone coming down the hill. Couldn't tell who it was. Fell, kind of rolled a bit, got up again, a few more steps, fell again, got up again, and then had this sort of like delirious demeanor of kind of stumbling around. Medical help were pretty quick to get up to her. I mean, considering they had to basically climb a mountain, they helped her down. She was helped across the finish line. Don't really know why. Like, we don't know what happened. She showed up for the total and the rest of the day, right?
Yeah. As far as I know, I mean, she was strong on the bike event. I know that, and like looked like she had a good push. So, you know, for me, one of the most impressive things about the weekend, speaking of the ladies, I don't remember in 2016 when they did the ranch run into the deadlift, how many women beat a lot of men. Like Haley, Amy, a lot of the top women beat like half of the men's field or over half. So it's really cool to me when the men and women do the exact same event. And Dave, I think it said in one of his interviews, there's going to be a handful of those this weekend. I mean, we already saw the swim event was exactly the same.
Yep.
The bike event was exactly the same.
Yep.
The ranch was exactly the same, which is cool. I mean, it's cool to be able to cross compare on stuff like that.
Yeah. On the women's side as well, Lydia Fish was kind of helped across a little bit. She was hobbling a bit and went off with medic, seemed to roll her ankle a few. I think that was a big concern of a lot of people.
Yep.
I know Ariel said that she was ultra aware of where she was stepping and like slowed down as a result because she was so conscious of basically ruining her weekend on like one of the first events. Paige as well was kind of hobbling a little bit at the end.
Pre-ankle sprain leading into the competition. I wonder how many people did that just in training on a trail. Lydia seemed like it's like I spoke with her parents a little bit. It's like just kind of a lingering injury from her gymnastics days of tumbling. Like, you know, once you sprain an ankle, it's just so much more prone to keep spraining over and over. So it seems like that was something that she may have even been dealing with before she started CrossFit.
JR's tan is beautiful. I think that's the lighting because he's like burnt.
What about mine?
Yeah, there's a decent tan underneath, but today I just got too much sun.
I've actually never seen anyone pale and sunburned at the same time. This is crazy.
Pale and what? Sunburned?
At the same time.
Cooked.
Amy Kringle, absolute monster on that workout.
Yeah, dominating. She dominated basically everything.
Really, just day one, really impressive. She wins the deadlift. She wins the run. She finishes at top 5 on the swim.
Won the bike, yeah.
Yeah, she's, aerobically, I think at this point, respect to Tia when she comes back, at this point, with just the run, bike, swim type stuff, like she may be the best in the sport.
She looks insane as well. Like she is an absolute monster in the best possible way. It's crazy.
Great on machines too, which we'll see later this weekend. Of course, we don't know how many more machines. We know we'll see a couple in the same workout on Sunday, but
she's going on the rings as well.
If there's an echo bike workout, like Amy's one of those ones you can always pick
pegboard,
on
rope climb, anything like that. She's going to be pretty good. After the ranch, the athletes went back to Morgan Hill. This is where I parted ways with the live events, and you guys will have to fill me in on what happened. So we had, what was next when we came back?
CrossFit Total.
CrossFit Total, and then pretty much straight into bike, really,
Yep.
wasn't it? Pretty quick
CrossFit Total,
turnaround.
bike, and then the swim.
So,
Everything really quick turnarounds all day long.
Yeah, so on the stream, you were able to see 2 athletes doing the lifts. What did you guys see when you were there in person?
So this is something I really appreciated about the total. We had kind of exhausted the point leading in. I think a lot of people enjoy that it rewards or punishes good and bad lifts on all 3. So instead of adding all the weight together, they're scored 50, 50, 50. So if you have a weak lift, you take that hit. You can't just have a really big deadlift and let it make up for a weak press. So that's a plus. What I really enjoyed, and geez, all the respect in the world goes to Sean and Chase. I'm sure it was really tough. Having 10 athletes, having 30 athletes on the floor, and having those quick turnarounds, it forced them to make their decision based on their ability. They couldn't game as much as they normally do.
Yep.
And I thought that was huge. Normally you'd have either a heat go, okay, cool, so I know I need to be above 475. You need another heat go, okay, I know 480 is safe. I don't have to really like push it. They didn't know. They're all out there together. They're trying to look around, but unless you were in like the first and last group, you really weren't able to play off of other people's loads, which I thought was really cool. And you saw a ton of missed lifts today. A ton.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the total?
Agreed.
Cool. Great insight.
Hey,
Thanks,
dude,
Taylor.
I was mic'd up with Austin Hatfield and Tudor the whole workout. I didn't really look at anything else.
That's the reason why he got such a bad tan on his head. And Pat told him, hey, man, you need a hat, because he gave it to the athlete.
Yeah, Dave walked up to me. He's like, hey, you need to give Austin that hat. And if he takes it, I'll get you a new one, but make sure you go give it to him. I was like, wow, this sucks.
Why did you have to give him your hat?
Dave told me to. It was a Dave Castro hat.
Oh, you just do everything Dave tells you to do.
Basically, dude.
Such
That's
a
how you
simp.
keep your access.
You're such a simp.
That's how you keep your access, buddy.
You do everything you're told until Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you so the 50-50-50 thing, JR, do you think watching it, are you like, wow, that actually made a huge, if it was the other way around, the leaderboard would be completely different? Or like, did it just change the way they approached it?
I think outside of a couple special circumstances where people knew that like pushing one of the lifts may have been detrimental to the rest of the weekend, it forced people to fail because they couldn't just say, I'll just stick with 220 because 225 is not going to help me. I can just make that up on the deadlift. Well, they couldn't do that. So they really were fighting for max weight on all 3, which was cool to see.
Dave said that there would be additional 50-point tests. He said both for gymnastics and for monostructural.
He must have said that on a really cool podcast.
Your podcast. Thoughts on what that's going to look like? What day we're going to see that on?
I don't think it's going to be on Sunday at all. Obviously, we already know 2 of the scores are 100 points, and then the finale I wouldn't think is going to be anything 50.
You don't think those backward rolls will be a 50-point workout?
No, I think they're 100. I think if the monostructural couplet before it is 100, then the gymnastics will be 100. We know they're doing triple unders at some point. We don't know how they're going to be served up. That one would make sense to me. We've seen a video of one of the demo team athletes doing a press to handstand walk on the low P bars, and we know that they're doing a throwback event. Going back to the skills events of the past, softball throw, med ball GHD toss, you would think maybe that soft kettlebell toss is going to be 50, maybe the triple unders and the press handstand are 50. That would make sense to me. But again, I mean, is a triple under a monostructure or is it a skill? I still think it's a monostructural movement, but does Dave think of that as a skill 50-point event?
I don't think of it as like a monostructural movement. And here's why. I think it's not cyclical.
What's the cyclical as a double under?
Is it not gymnastics?
No, it's not. A double under would be, yeah, that's where you get into the nuance. I don't think a triple under is cyclical. I think it would be like carrying a rower and calling it monostructural because you're using a rower. Like the jump rope is, yeah, I don't think it, I don't know why. It's hard for me to articulate. I think it's too challenging of a movement. It's not cyclical enough. You can't do it repetitively with low energy and anything monostructural you can do repetitively with low effort, relatively. Double unders even are a stretch, but single unders for sure. Running for sure. Rowing, biking, swimming, skiing, all that stuff for sure. You cannot do that with triple unders, and you really can't do it with double unders.
the gymnastics movement to me that makes most sense, maybe we don't even know yet, and that would be some form of jump. A jump for distance, a jump for height. So maybe that's where we get the body weight, which, and again, we're kind of getting into the weeds of programming, but when you think about a jump, yes, it's moving your body through space, but really is a jump a power output movement? Is when you're testing a max vertical, is it like testing a power clean max? Is it more favorable to the weightlifting athlete or someone like Guy, or is it more favorable to what we think of as gymnastics, like the backwards roll?
I think
and the
it's
front
far
roll to
more
support?
favorable to an athlete like Guy, obviously.
So we'll see. I'm sure there's events we don't have any details about yet.
I mean, there's a lot that we know nothing about.
Yeah. So I think today we talked about it. A lot of single modalities, right? So a lot of single modality workouts, all weightlifting, all running, all biking. Swimming with burpees was mixed modal. But we haven't gotten there yet, but I think it's still very much favored the best swimmers.
Yep.
I think
that wasn't entirely a swimming workout.
Going into Friday and Saturday, I think we expect more of the classic MWG CrossFit.
Do you think you'll see any named workouts?
Oh, gosh. I think we see I'd like to see Amanda 45.
God, you guys are obsessed with Amanda 45.
Yeah, I don't know with the.
Is that just because you feel robbed that we didn't see it?
Would you be okay with seeing it with the forward and backward rolls? I totally would.
I would be okay seeing it because we haven't seen it at the game since 2023.
Right.
That's a long time.
You mean Amanda 45?
We haven't seen ring muscle ups tested at the game since 2023.
At all?
At all.
Correct.
That is crazy. Yeah. Wow, that is crazy.
Mason, don't make a video.
Come on, Dave.
Oh, easy, Tiger. Whoa. Beep.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah. But, 2024,
it was
supposed to be Amanda 45. And then, yes, do you have to muscle up or at least do the transition and then roll and get to support? Is that still a ring muscle up within a front roll to support?
I mean, if you have an athlete that can't get up there, that's an issue.
Yeah.
Massive issue. 0 reps.
So none of the events have been announced for Friday yet.
No. Tomorrow, rest day tomorrow, which seems to be incredibly needed after today.
I think so.
Yeah. And it definitely is incredibly needed, but they're going to feel worse Friday.
Is this one of the hardest? It didn't really look it on paper.
Yes.
But in hindsight, is this one of the hardest first days?
Yes.
For sure. I think so. And I think what does that is the run.
Yep.
Yeah.
The trail run.
I think so.
Yeah.
And the bike. I mean, the bike, too, it's just pushing through peanut butter for 20 minutes.
Right.
On the bike, they they did the total. Then next, still in Morgan Hill, they did the bike. The aptly named grass oval bike race does exactly what it says in the tin. Say what you see. So they did. It was pretty hectic. Like I was surprised how quickly the track kind of like narrowed like off the start. I think that was kind of not dicing with death, but dicing with broken wheels and whatever. Are you surprised that we saw crashes? Are you surprised that we didn't see more crashes?
I was actually not expecting to see as many crashes as we did.
Yeah.
I wonder too, and maybe Dave will say it at some point. Did he want to do something that reminded everyone of crit, or did he want to do something that reminded everyone of cyclocross? Because it's kind of a mix of the two. So I'm curious. Like, I do think we got that feel, especially on the men's side in Heat 2, where there was that big grouping almost the entire second heat, kind of like trying to work together, maybe trying not to put in as much work for the whole group until they all broke away at the end. But I mean, when you think back to crit, you had these little groups and these little groups working together, which I thought was pretty cool. What was interesting to me, though, is how some of the people in those groups looked terrified and how many of them still looked like they could be aggressive if they wanted to be.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest differences to me watching that front group of guys. Was there were 5 or 6 guys that were really comfortable being in a line like this, just tired to back wheel the whole time. And then you had Jason to the outside. He's like, I don't want to get in the line. he almost wasn't benefiting from the draft because he looked not comfortable enough to be in a tight pack.
I get it. I mean, that is scary.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, is it similar? Was it 2022 where they did that up beside North Park? They did that bike race on the grass. It was a much longer track.
Yeah, the 40-minute. That was 2023. Yeah, the 40-minute lap. For sure similar, and I think I was impressed in spite of that by Jason because he was able to do fifth? Was he fifth on that workout?
Yeah, fifth.
Fifth is crazy with that little confidence on the bike.
I think Bryson asked me when we first got to Morgan Hill today, we walked over like, oh, they're going to do the bike loop here. and he was asking me, like, do you think it just being laps helps someone like Jason? And I said, for sure, I think so, because I think it becomes a little bit more capacity, leg endurance, and not like I have to turn, I have to not be afraid, I have to shift quicker, and I have to know when to downshift and when to upshift. Like, I think it kind of became a true capacity type test, which was cool. But I think, you know, outside of Jeff, which I'm not sure if there's an injury there or not, because he's always done well on bicycle races at the CrossFit Games, and he didn't do great today. Emma Lawson, right? Lucy Campbell. It was a lot of chalk. It was a lot of the people who have historically been good on a bike, especially on the female side, do well today.
Those three chicks, they draft off each other too. Emma Lawson, Lucy Campbell, Amy Pringle went in like a pod of three and just like swap places and then raced on the last lap, which is cool.
Right.
I like that kind of stuff.
What day is the Snatch Speed Triple? Is that Friday?
So that should be Saturday. It's event 15.
Got it. Okay, so yes, should be Saturday.
Yeah.
Should be Saturday.
We went to the pool next.
Well, very few people did, but we got to watch it.
Yeah, they went to the pool next.
I think the band got us in, but we just didn't make use of that because I think Jenny was there.
Oh, okay. I was here. So they did. We didn't know the swim workout. They didn't know the swim workout when they were at Morgan Hill earlier on. They didn't know it at the ranch. They didn't know when they came back. So they were obviously briefed like quite late on that. What was it? I don't know the distances. It was like basically a descending ladder of lengths and burpees. Is that
200
right?
meters, 40 burpees, 150, 30, 120.
What does 200 meter equate to?
8.
So
Down,
8,
back,
6,
down, back.
4,
8,
like that?
6, yeah. 8, 40, 6, 30, 4, 20, 2, 10.
What did you do on Kill Taylor that time?
I did 42, 38, 42, 50, 30, 50, 18.
Okay. So Dave's been watching Kill Taylor and taking
He's been watching
inspiration.
Kill Taylor. You know, I was saying on one of the shows the other week.
Did they have a naked old guy walk past?
Yeah, did that happen in that show?
Yeah, I remember he stands in front of the camera and Chase calls in.
Yeah, that's such a great combination. Swimming and burpees. One of my favorite workouts is 5 rounds, 10 burpees, 50-meter swim, rest 5 minutes, repeat. Just a nasty stimulus. I think there were some expectations for the burpees to be the lion's share of the workout, and that just for sure was not the case. Clearly, the athletes who were the best swimmers just dominated the workout, and I think, you think, 100 burpees, the pace on the burpees is really important, but what's even more important than that is all those CrossFit athletes can hold an aggressive pace for 40, 30, 20, 10 burpees. Can you hold an aggressive pace, get in the water, and swim with confidence, or have to slow way down to catch your breath because you're not efficient breathing?
Is Colton the outlier in that then?
Colton is...
Because he did very well, despite probably not being a strong swimmer compared to the rest of the field.
What was his placement?
11th, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say the male leaderboard is open now.
Let's pull it up.
Is up now. Colton Colton got 11th. Yeah, and I mean, we can look at those scores. Geez, you got a second, a 28th, a first, a 8th, and then a 30th and 11th. Like, winning events at the CrossFit Games cannot be overstated how valuable it can be.
Yeah, it's super valuable.
So your overall leader on the men's side, James Spriggs, is in first. Dallin Pepper's
how many points?
414. So he's 1 point ahead of Dallin Pepper, who is
21
points. That was very quick. 21 points ahead of Justin Medeiros, who's ahead by 5 of Jay Crouch, who's ahead of Ricky Martin, who is ahead of Moritz Fiebig. That's a great day for him.
Wow.
He got a 21st and a 13th, and the rest are all inside the top 10. That's really good for him.
Event win on the bike, which was cool.
Roman Krenikov, Jason Hopper, Colton Mertens, and Saxon Panchik round out the top 10.
I am shocked that Jason is 8th overall.
He fought back because that's about as rough of a first day.
What was his overall finish in the swim?
14th.
Wow. Yeah, I said, somebody asked me what he would be, and I was like, 7th to 15th, I thought, in the swim.
Yeah.
On the women's side, sorry to
interrupt you. Does Jay's score on the swim surprise you?
What score?
Because he was in the lead for a lot of today.
19th.
I wouldn't have thought any Aussie, honestly, would be in the bottom half on a swim workout.
I don't like the stereotype.
No,
I feel
he's from the wrong side of Australia. That's
Ricky too.
He's Perth.
Where was Ricky on that one?
Ricky's not a great swimmer either.
Right.
He was 10th.
Yeah. So.
But Jay is Perth, so he's the wrong side for swimming, I think.
Okay.
What is Perth?
It's the western side of Australia versus the eastern side.
Do they not swim over there?
I think there's just much more of a beach culture and stuff in the eastern side.
Mm.
Or no, Grace Walton's from over there as well. Anyway, I don't know. On the women's side, so there was a lot. This is all stuff I've seen on social media, but there's a lot of cramping. Ellie Turner cramped, Lydia Fish cramped.
Is that
Nick
what Lydia
Matthew cramped.
was
Yeah,
for the swim? It was
cramps
cramping.
as well. My question, going back to the push jerk. So mandating the push jerk, the hill up and down on the run, obviously
Legs.
the bike, the squat, the deadlift, the posterior on the row, huge tax on the legs, and it's kind of stuff that I never really considered the push jerk
Sure.
until I thought about them all cramping, and I was like, "Whoa, was it that much?" And I was like, "Actually, yeah." From the start of the day, we're forced to use legs, even if they didn't really want to.
I think more than anything, it was the hill run and the bike.
Yeah,
I don't think really the push jerks probably or the,
you know,
the
think it's
back.
just a compounding effect, like death by 1,000 foot, sort of.
I think for sure, but 35 dips in a push jerk, I just think more than anything, the run and the bike in concert were both entirely legs.
Is that because the bike is on grass
yes.
as well? That adds.
No, there's no downhill. You don't get any coasting. It's pedaling as hard as you can for 18 minutes. And same thing with the run, especially on that course. It's up really hard. You got to run fast in the flats, and then all you're using is quads to stop yourself on the way down. But yeah, big leg day.
Yeah, was James cramping after the swim? Yeah, I think there was a lot
A lot of cramps. What happened to Nick
cramping.
Matthew? I turned on the TV.
He was cramping too.
Cramping.
Yeah, and Ellie Turner getting up off the ground with her cramp was pretty, like, she really struggled to get up.
Really?
Just
Yeah.
couldn't get her angles right to get up. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Proven is making sure their athletes are fueled and staying on top of nutrition.
Pervin training.
Yeah. Is it? So you're saying they're going to feel worse now Friday after that?
I think they'll feel worse Saturday than tomorrow. I think delayed onset muscle soreness. The athletes will be more sore Saturday, or sorry, Friday than Thursday.
You know, to your point about the legs really getting crushed today, and for a lot of people, especially that watch the sport casually, they're thinking, what do you mean? They only did 3 squats, they only did 3 deadlifts. But the intensity of the run, of it being a hill run, of the hard biking, low gear, high gear, doesn't really matter. It's just continuous pedaling for like 18 to 20 minutes. I do expect, to Taylor's point, Friday, Saturday, to get a lot of that classic squatting for reps, pulling from the floor, like even things like GHD setups that we expect to see. Lots of hip flexor and quad activation there.
Dallin beat Jason on the run. That's pretty crazy, isn't it?
I was shocked. That was one of the things I was super shocked about was Jason's finish on the trail run. Something to me went wrong, and whether that was him going out too hot and being too conservative on the downhills, or simply just going out too hot and not running his race and easing in, turned maybe a potential 9th to 5th place finish into an 18th. And I think I think that's what happened. I mean, he went out with Ricky, James, Jay.
Just couldn't hang.
Probably shouldn't have been with Ricky and James and Jay. And that's, I think I like out of him being aggressive and thinking, hey, I belong in that group. But on an event like that, when you're not really sure how that trail is going to be, and after the first lap, you're just zapped, I think that's the result. What do you think? I mean, I think in that workout, he's a 5th to 9th guy. Yeah,
it's very surprising to me. You can't look at event 1 on that. It really stands alone. It's like it's a pull-up test to right into a leg, you know, aerobic test.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to ask him, did he feel like after the first lap he was overreached already, or did he come out too conservatively on the first few laps, and on the last one a bunch of people passed him? I don't know. That saved a kick, but I do know that Dallin has been putting in crazy amounts of work running, and I'm sure to see him in second with a long running event and to just finish 10th on that was probably, like, for him, definitely the win of day 1. At the end of the weekend, maybe the win of the weekend.
Yeah, I think that he has to be so stoked because he's been working on that for so long. And if I'm one of those guys in that group chat, I'm just sending a screenshot of the leaderboard and being like, where are you, Jason? Like, you got the other 3 guys in the top 3.
Do you think they're texting like that today? I don't think they're texting like that tonight, buddy.
I don't know. Jason told me the other day that the only way they communicate with each other now is in that group thread, that they don't individually talk to each other anymore.
Yeah,
because
of
this. On the women's side, your overall leader, Amy Kringle, 458, 38 points behind her, Lucy Campbell. 13 points behind her, Madeline Stewart. That's great for Lucy Campbell.
Yeah.
She was really nervous going into the day. I think she wasn't really too stoked about any of the workouts, really. She came third on the bike.
Wow, we've got names back on the workouts again. Let's go. Event 7 today, swim standard, grass track race, CrossFit total, ranch 7,200, and the 2007 hopper. Only other events announced now are the 500 run and the 2020
But they're not
speed
next
snatch. Right.
necessarily, yeah.
Just the announcement.
Go through the rest of the leaderboard there. Who's after Madeline?
We got Haley Adams in 4th, Emma Lawson in 5th, Guzan in 6th, Aline Weirs.
Aline Wirtz.
Aline Wirtz, Ariel Lowen, Elitana, Elisa Fuliano, Paige Rogers in 11th.
Yeah. She's kind of in a similar boat to Jason Hopper, where they both have a significant job if they need to meet people's expectations, basically, on their own, probably.
Surya Meha, 16th.
Anyone low down there that you're surprised at? Pretty good for Holly Tynan, 21st.
Yeah, Holly Tynan, that's a solid finish.
Lucy McGonigal, not a great start, 27th.
No, Lydia's having a tough weekend so far.
If you guys could pick someone outside of the top 10 on the women's side to make the biggest jump between now and Sunday, who would it be?
Danielle Brandon, I believe. Where's she at?
I would say maybe Olivia.
13th.
I would maybe pick Olivia to jump more.
Olivia's in 17th.
I think Olivia, more so than anyone on the men's side, including James Braid and Jason, benefited more than anyone last year for the events being machines and weightlifting in every single workout.
I just think when we know what is coming, we know the pig is coming, we know the snail is coming. We think probably an echo bike will show up. Maybe not with a long bike race. Maybe there'll be no other biking. But
I would enjoy that.
I just wonder, is there still things to come? She's going to do great on the machine workout on Sunday. Are there things to come for Olivia that are going to be home runs? Is she going to win the snatch speed triple? Her or Abby Domit probably.
Yeah,
right? It's probably going to be. She's gonna have some home runs to hit. She's going to have some home runs.
I think once we get back into the kind of classic CrossFit stuff, I expect Lydia Fish to move up, provided there's nothing wrong with her. She's not a 30th place athlete.
Right. No.
I expect Lucy McGonigal. They're both better than a lot of people ahead of them, and I think if they. That day did not suit Lucy McGonigal.
I think this year more than ever, we have the 30 best athletes that have ever competed at the CrossFit Games.
Agreed.
It is not a field where you're like, wow, that person sucks. That person sucks. I mean, you just said, hey, Lydia's not a 30th place athlete, but I'm looking at the rest of the field. I'm like, man, there's not really anyone in the field who I'm like,
The only person I probably question is Benjamin Reyes, where that heat of guys were walking out, and I was he looked like he just got off a bus at the wrong stop. And he's walking out with all these animals.
1 of 60, though. I mean, typically in your class, there's about 10 athletes where you're like, these guys don't belong here.
On the men's leader, we're down the bottom. Ben Reyes, Dylan Hamming. I'm going up the ways. Quinn Robinson, Ben Fowler.
Where's Heinrich?
Patrick Vellner, Heinrich Kapelainen 25th, Nick Matthew 24th, Kaylin Souza 23rd, Callum Clemens 22nd, Guy is in 20th, despite being I don't know what he was, 15 minutes or something off on the run. Nika Mazaradze, who, looks pumped to be here. He looks like he's in fine fettle. Victor Hoffer.
What do you make of that?
I don't know, man.
Who do you trust, man? Gun to your head. Mundi? Your boy Munzi?
Nika looks very large, I think.
Okay, put it nicely.
I think he looks very large.
Okay.
Austin Hatfield, 14th. Bailey Martin, 13th. He is so happy to be back, Bailey Martin.
Yeah, Bailey.
He's really enjoying it, really embracing it.
Yeah.
And he's got his fiance. I think they're engaged, aren't they?
Okay.
She's here, and she's been here on team and stuff before, so I think she's really enjoying watching him as well and not competing herself. But it's cool.
Injury or just something nagging aside, are you more surprised with where Austin is or where Jeff is?
Wow.
I'm actually not surprised by Jeff.
Okay.
I'm a bit
last year he did the same thing.
Right, but last year he was overtrained and overcompeted.
He said to me in Wadapalooza, 2 years ago, Rogue is my North Star.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue is that's his peak, is Rogue. So unless that's changed, this doesn't surprise me at all.
I just hate that changed for him.
I think he properly built and tapered for this, knowing that I got my ticket as early as I possibly could get it at Mayhem. I could take some time off. Then I had a couple months to really build into everything. Again, you don't expect him to take that placing on the bike workout at all. So that alone, was it residual stuff from the ranch and just being beat up? Maybe. Or is it just something that's nagging? I mean, I would love to know. I do think, though, you look into the top 10 on the women's side, you see some names mixed in there like, oh, that's kind of surprising. But you see a lot of usual suspects. Look at the top 10 on the men's side. Outside of, I would say a lot of people would expect Tudor to be in that top 10 this year. They would expect Austin.
Moritz
they would expect
is a shock.
There's not a lot, is what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of usual suspects in the top 10. Well, they change around a lot through the weekend, sure. Yeah. But there's not a lot of, like, I can't believe they're in the top 10 right now after day one.
I think Moritz Fiebig has to be really, really proud of where he's sitting now, because historically he has not performed to what people would expect his potential to be at the games. Like, he's underperformed. And I think he's the type of person that more events suits, provided he can stay fit and stay like in good shape. It really suits him. Are you surprised that Colton's in 9th at the end of day one? Is that good? Is that higher than you thought he'd be, maybe?
I thought with the 2007 Hopper workout and the total,
be a good day.
He could get a lot of points. But
the run, the swim,
that finish on the swim is like
the bike and the run were the two big ones for him for sure.
Yeah, so. He came 30th on the bike, so not like suboptimal.
Right,
I describe it as 11th on the swim. We said 10th, and then 2 firsts on the total, an 8th, a 2nd on the Hopper, and then 28th. So second last and last. So when he wins, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would bet a crazy amount of money, which isn't a lot, that there's thrusters in the 20th edition of the CrossFit Games, and we know that unless it's just with something crazy, that's a weird thing, he's gonna win the thruster.
Yeah, unless it's like 5K into thrusters.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you thought had the potential to do well that you no longer do, or is it too early to kind of write someone off now?
Way too early.
I think it's way too early.
550 points so far today in 7 events, right? So we've still got 13 scored events. Whether they're all 100, we know they're not. Some of them are going to be 50s. There's so many points on the table. We're not halfway yet. I think at the end of the day, Friday, we need to be looking at some people that are outside the top 20 that are going to struggle. But even like, I think until we get to Saturday night and we have 3 more scores left, it's way too early. Too much stuff can happen. And we know that what's getting a lot of attention this year with the ring movements, we know anything can happen on Sunday with those.
Is there anyone, he's saying that we're not even halfway through yet. Is there anyone doing it that's like, oh my God, we're not even halfway through yet?
Yeah, I would imagine quite a few rookies are feeling like that. And some not even in a bad way. They're just like, oh, crap. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm screwed. Sorry. I'm fricked. Yeah.
Actually, you can say whatever you want, because I thought it was being piped out through here.
It's not?
No.
Perfect.
I mean, you can hear the music, right?
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So I think...
Suddenly you'll see Taylor wake up and be high energy. You were in the middle of a point.
Sousa's talking about me now, so I lost my train of thought.
He's talking about you to Bruce. That guy over there, don't talk to him. Yeah.
Hey, I think maybe, sorry to interrupt you, with what we know is coming. So we know they're going to run fast for time. We know Guy won that workout the first time it was done. We know Guy can snatch better than anyone. We know Guy is very high skilled at press to handstand, at the ring movements. Guy's in 20th right now. I think Guy might be the pick on the guy's side to climb the most.
And then fall again.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Do you think
he can win multiple events?
The 500-meter sprint, the snatch speed triple, the backward and forward roll. Like, those are 3 workouts
maybe whatever the press to handstand is with.
Maybe that workout.
Yeah, he's just very, very, very skilled. And he's very good at a lot of things that haven't been tested yet.
And he's a great example of the guy who, why it's so valuable to have event wins at the CrossFit Games.
Who came last in the run on the women's side? Because Alexis is down as 29th, but like she was literally helped across the finish line.
Annika Greer.
I think Annika and Paige were last and second to last, going into the last lap.
Yeah. So they're tied. The 3 of them didn't finish properly. Maybe that's why.
Copy. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, surely she can't have a time if she was literally carried across the line. Are you impressed with her? Whatever happened on the run, she like was like out of body experience. It looked like to come back, finish the day, have an 8th place
Alexis?
on the press, 13th on the bike, a 15th on the swim.
She was late. Maybe not late, but it looked like she got to the warm-up area for the total, like dragging a bit. She was like rushing to hit weights, it seemed like to me. And I think she just took as much time as possible to recover before going over there and got over there and started just cooking. But yeah, super surprised, impressed.
This is crazy. I think Dallin has overperformed today. I don't know if that's a compliment or... And then it's followed by someone else saying, Dastro K is saying Dallin is overhyped. He's literally in first place.
Second place,
Second
Or
place.
second.
I don't think Dallin's overhyped. I think Dallin's probably one of those guys who's as close to a Justin Medeiros type athlete that we have now from 2021, 2022, where he doesn't have a lot of home runs, or at least the home runs he has are not typically programmed, but he is a top 6 in like nearly every workout type of athlete. And I think the fitter Dallin gets, the more he closes the gap on those top 6s, becoming top 3s and top 2s, and then eventually event wins until he can just dominate. I do think that maybe this year, that we see very dense muscle ups, strict handstand push-ups, upper body gymnastic exercises like that, legless even, are the year we see him struggle quite a bit more, because I think that's the one thing we haven't seen in crazy density since he's been at the top of the CrossFit Games. Since 2023, muscle ups he historically has an issue with.
And he was one of the people I think was really adamant that he wanted to see them. He's been putting a ton of work in. He even said when Dave went on their podcast, come on, Dave, are you going to give us muscle ups? Like, I think he wants to show everyone how much better he's gotten at that movement. I mean, it's probably too early to talk about, but I think if you're someone that historically is not a great body weight presser, and there's a lot of them, especially on the women's side, but there's a handful of them that are at the top of the men's class. Do we get handstand push-ups this year? We've already pressed overhead twice with weight. We know they're going to do something upside down on the parallettes with a pressed handstand. If there aren't handstand push-ups, more so if there aren't strict handstand push-ups, that's really going to be good for some of those top guys that are currently in the league.
What's the funniest thing you saw today?
Funniest thing that I saw. In one of our mic'd up videos, Austin asked Roman how to talk shit in Russian, and Roman gave him a word, and Austin said it. And then Austin goes, "Yeah, I don't even know what that means." And Roman leans back and he goes, "Stupid bitch." So that's pretty funny. What else? That's probably the funniest thing that I saw today.
Obviously, today's programming is all that we really know. Are you expecting the workouts to be as different across the rest of the weekend, as in that we'll have this kind of undulating first place, second, like that you'll have different people excelling in different workouts, they'll have these big shifts in the leaderboard? Or do you think it'll be fairly settled with some people maybe moving up a little bit or down a little bit, but not these big sweeping changes?
I think there's going to be small shifts within the top 8, and I think that there will be some big shifts between 8 and 20.
I think the big shifts that we see will be Friday, and then maybe on the last couple events of the whole competition with the rings and then whatever the finale is. We all know too, when we get to Sunday, some people are checked out, and the people that are checked out, they don't middle at the same rate as they will earlier in the week when everyone's still no, I still got a chance. Yeah. So I think Friday, especially depending on what the workouts are, I expect a lot of classic CrossFit, what we think of as that, there to still be some big shifts. But whenever you have single modality, weightlifting max outs like the total or the snatch speed, whenever you have a long run or a long bike, whenever you have a workout like the rings, and there may be another one like that on the gymnastic side, that's when you get the huge swings, because it is more of a, hey, are there specialists? But also, is there just someone that is their weakness? And if that's their weakness, they could be anywhere on the leaderboard.
We've had 550 points so far. Is that right? Up for grabs?
550 points. Yep.
Yeah.
550 out of 7 events. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So there's still a hell of a lot on the table, really.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, you can join Train Sentinel. If you go to trainsentinel.com, you can join up. You can use the code CF Network, all caps, and it will give you a free month. And if you use that code at the end of that month, one person will be picked to get a year of free training from Taylor.
A year
Bryson.
free. Use the code capital CFNETWORK. In case you can't spell, not code Sevon, I'm talking code CF Network. I'm actually going to post the link in the chat. You guys
So
subscribe.
if you want to be coached by, I guess for now, a level 4 coach,
And
soon to
two
be
level
2.
4, yeah, 2 level 4s soon to be level 4 1 for now, and the rest level 3s. Best in the business. Make your training fun again. Make it great again. Get coached again.
And if you're training hard, but you're having a hard time recovering because maybe you train a lot, maybe you're a little older, the most important code of the weekend is going to be the one to use for Biomax.
Oh,
peptides. CF Games. That's
Yeah.
CFGAMES for 20%
Shoot it
off.
right there.
Site-wide until Sunday.
Correct.
So that's you can get any of the peptides that you buy, you get a free bottle of bariostatic water. We'll literally never know what that means, but it's
Yeah.
a bottle of water.
Bacteriostatic water is water that's bacteriostatic.
Yeah,
I mean, it's clean.
Yeah.
Why is that just water, like clean water? Why is it? What does bariostatic mean?
we need to get Sarah on the show. and ask her about
Bacteriostatic.
I can do a Sarah. Do you want me to do an impression
Will
of
you
Sarah?
post
I
that?
can do that.
In there.
Where?
Oh, that and that.
This is
I
my
texted it
laptop.
to you. Oh, it's not. It's
No.
Sousa's.
I
Doggone
can
it.
just do. If you just go to trainsentinel.com.
Yeah,
they can-
trainsentinel.com.
Oh God.
Go to trainsentinel.com.
Get
Get subscribed.
And if you go to biomaxpeptides.com and use CF Games, CF James, I already said CF Games, you get 20% off. You can get, you can look like JR. You can get that. What do you call the tanning one?
Melanotan.
Melanotan.
Yeah, dude.
You can get your melanotan.
Yeah, wow. We better end the show. I'm about to go crazy. I was about to say something that should not be said on the show.
Cool. Don't take too much of it. You can get ones for your nails, your hair, you get weight loss ones, strength
ACLs.
ones, testosterone type ones.
Got
Like,
Achilles ones.
I know so much about this.
Upper back hair
BPC
ones.
157 for your injuries.
I took that. It helped my knee.
What else did they do?
That's the only one I've done.
They do a glow one. I always see that on their
Oh,
Instagram, and it's like for your like hair, your skin, all that kind of stuff. We should probably get you some of that today, Taylor. You look like an alcoholic, you know, with the red nose.
Dude, I look yoked, bro.
Do you regret any of your tattoos?
Wow, dude. That's probably the most insulting. That's probably the most insulting thing you ever said to me, bro. And you made him smirk. You look at his disgust. He's like, "Wow, I can't believe you said that, Peter."
I asked Mason yesterday. I said, "Hey, you're what I think of when I think of someone from a trailer park."
I know. I heard that, and he does. I mean, you're bang on.
Yeah, I'm perceptive, man.
I don't regret any. I don't care about how I look enough.
All right, that's it. Tomorrow, me and JR. No, tomorrow is
Off day.
If
We're
you're-
still gonna do some shows, so come over to the house. We'll do some shows.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys are in town and you're like chilling in your hotel, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. at CrossFit Silicon Valley, Taylor and Bryson are going to be coaching. At Friday morning at 6 a.m., same gym. JR
Yes.
is coaching.
As far as I know, that's full, and I bet his are too.
Oh, I
You
have
can
no
go and
idea
stand
mine.
outside and look in the window. Saturday morning, Sousa is coaching, and Saturday, Sousa will be going live. We'll have some prizes for you guys at home to win while Sousa is live. If you're here, there's $1,000 in cash up for grabs from Wattify and some other prizes too. If you're looking for new gym software, go to Wattify and they will sort you out. And on Friday, me and JR and I are going to be doing shows from the venue, pre and post shows, provided nobody says anything bad and we don't get our access taken away.
all
we'll
day,
be doing
all
that.
day, all day long.
Don't worry. I'll protect you guys.
Thanks, Dad. All right, that's it. Thank you. Appreciate you for watching. We're going to give away some prizes here. Good luck.
Not all training programs are the same. If you want coaches who genuinely care about your progress, who coach in an affiliate every day, who live and breathe the CrossFit methodology, who have earned the highest levels of CrossFit coaching expertise, stop settling. Stop telling yourself you'll start next month. Stop convincing yourself you can do it alone. The results you're looking for don't come from another downloaded program. They come from being coached, challenged, and supported. They come from people who care. They come from us, Sentinel Training. Real coaches, real progress, real CrossFit.